Hey guys, what is up? Welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be talking to you guys about how to negotiate with the asking price for a property. So essentially how to put down an offer for a house to ensure that you're able to get a good deal and a good discount on the property that you are interested in. So first things first, we need to first identify that in order to get a discount on a property, it needs to be a property that's not well sought after. That is, if the property is popular, then you're unlikely to get a good discount. A lot of people are looking at it. So as you're bidding one offer, somebody is already there to bid higher than you. Do you get what I mean? So now that we've identified that it's all about identifying properties that aren't highly sought after or the one that everybody's looking at, the second thing to establish is that you never ever offer the asking price as your first offer. That is, if the property is going for £250,000, you never offer £250,000 first up front. And the reason why you never do this is because generally sellers will put up listings for their properties at a higher price than what they think they'll get for it. They know that people are going to offer below that. So now that we've got those basics out of the way, now we need to focus on our research. Before you even think about putting down offers on a property, you first need to do thorough research. And this research is based on one, property sales nearby. Right, so if you're somebody that is looking for a decent amount of discount on your property purchase, you want to be looking at similar properties. So properties the same size, same number of bedrooms, same sort of amenities nearby, transport links, all that kind of stuff. You want to see the prices that they were going for. How much did they get sold for? If those properties got sold for a significantly lower price than what you're seeing the potential properties that you want listed for, then you know that you can get a good discount on this property. So let me break this down. Let's say the property that you're looking at is £250,000, but you're seeing based on listings that properties of similar size and basically similar structure, location, everything were going for £200,000. So that shows you that you can potentially get about £50,000 discount. And so instead of paying £250,000 for the property that you've seen listed, you may be able to get it for £200,000. So this is why it's so crucial that you do your research in terms of looking at properties nearby and checking how much they were sold for. This is your first indication of how much of a discount you can get on a property. Second, you want to identify the seller's position. Why are they selling? Are they a motivated seller? Are they somebody that's trying to get rid of their home as soon as possible? Is it because they need to move nearer to their kids' school? Is it because they've placed an offer down on another house and it's been accepted? So they want to get that moving quickly and as soon as possible. So obviously they want to get the sale of their current house over and done with so that they can get on with purchasing the new house. Is it a situation like that? You want to hope that you've got a motivated seller, and this is somebody that wants to get a sale over and done with and not waste much time. They're more likely to take your initial offers because they just want to get the sale over and done with and get their money quickly. Number three, you want to ask about what others are offering. So you want to speak to the estate agent or whoever's listed the property to identify how much others are offering for this property. Could you potentially offer more but still in a place where you're getting a significant discount on the property itself? You want to be having these conversations of trying to figure out as much as possible about this house and the seller's position. So if you know that one, there's not too many offers on this property, or two, the offers that people are making aren't that high and are potentially offers that you could supersede, then you definitely want to go ahead and do that, because then you're ahead of the game, you're at the forefront of the seller's buyers, and you could potentially still get a discount on this property. I will say you do want to take this with a pinch of salt in the sense that when you ask about other potential offers and how much other people are offering for the property, you may not get a completely honest answer, and that may be because the estate agent or maybe the seller wants you to offer more. But what I'm trying to say is that take that figure, see what you can do with it, see whether it sounds reasonable, and if you are able to offer slightly more, do so, but do not do it to the detriment of your pocket or to the budget that you had set in terms of the maximum that you wanted to put down for this house. So now that we've covered the research that you need to do, let's talk about placing down those offers. Right, so putting in that first offer. Okay, so for your first offer, as I've mentioned earlier, you never ever offer the asking price up front. You want to go for about 10 to 20% below the asking price. So for example, if a property is going for £250,000, you do not want to offer that £250,000 up front. You want to try offer around, let's say, £220,000, £230,000 and see where you go. Obviously, you do need to put a bit of wisdom into how much you're offering too, based on some of the things that I've mentioned earlier. And then just also thinking about reasonably how much of a discount you think you can get on this property. So how much you feel like you can really push it without taking the mick, okay? So that's why I'd say start off between the 10 to 20% below bracket, because around that sort of figure is probably what the seller's expecting in the first instance anyway. So you don't want to cheat yourself, okay? Never offer the asking price up front, offer about 10 to 20% below that. Another thing to bear in mind is that even at this stage, you want to have the maximum amount that you're willing to offer on this property. So even if you're offering £220,000 as your initial offer, you want to have identified that maybe at the point of £240,000, you're not willing to go beyond that, and that's where you stop and you want to stick to it. Right, so your second offer. So if that first offer is rejected, ask the seller for a counter offer and then offer your second offer as somewhere in between your first offer and their counter offer. So for example, the house is listed for £200,000 and your first offer was £180,000 and they've come back and said, no, we can't accept that, and given a counter offer of £190,000. So your second offer could be around the £185,000 mark. Another important thing is that you want to be very specific about this second offer. So what I mean by this is the fact that I've said now that maybe your second offer is going to be around the £185,000 mark. But as opposed to just saying, okay, I can offer £185,000, you want to go to them and say, I'm going to offer you £184,000, 650. And the reason why you do this is because when you offer such specific numbers like that, it may trigger something in the seller's mind to make them feel like, oh, why are they offering something so specific? Is it because that's the maximum amount of the loan that the lender or bank can give them? And when they start having questions like this in their mind, it may put them in a position where they're worried to walk away from your offer because they know that if they don't accept this offer, they may lose out on a potential sale. And if you're the only candidate at that point, and basically the only person that was putting down any offers on their property, they don't want to lose out on that sale, and therefore it may trigger them to be more willing to accept it. Makes sense? Right, so let's say they haven't accepted your first offer and they now haven't accepted your second offer either. Okay. So at this point, you can choose to wait for price reductions. And what is this? Basically, whenever properties are listed on like Zoopla or Rightmove, you'll notice that around 30, 45 or even 60 days, the price listing drops down. And that is because there's potentially no interest or there's not enough interest considering the price that property is listed for. So at that point, the estate agent or whoever put up the listing will reduce the price of the property. So you may want to wait for that point and see what things look like then. Because at that point, if the price drops in value, then they may potentially come back and accept your second offer. If you don't want to do the waiting game, and that could be for any number of reasons like, you know, fear of losing out on the property and things like that, then you can just go straight ahead and offer your third offer. Now, depending on how keen you are about this property, this may be your final offer. But if not, you may want to keep going beyond the third offer. Let's talk about how to go about this. You obviously want to up how much you offered for your second offer, but again, you still want to try and get as much discount as possible. So you want to try and still stick to that 10 to 20% below asking price principle and offer something within that bracket. And remember, don't offer anything that you're not comfortable with, okay? Do not go beyond that maximum that you'd set for yourself at the onset. So so let's say you've given this third offer now and that seller still isn't budget. At this point, I believe it's either A, you just forget about this property and focus on others, or B, you continue to offer and potentially may have to offer the asking price. And this is probably going to be in a case whereby it's a property that is quite popular and a lot of people are placing offers and still going to view the house. This is where you even start to see the ads that say offers above blah blah blah. So let's say initially the property was listed at £250,000. You may see that if it's a popular property and a lot of people are interested in it, then you will see that they're saying offers above £250,000 because now they're not even willing to accept below that. So guys, that is my advice to you on how to negotiate on the asking price for a property, how to make an offer on a house and basically save yourself some money and get a good discount. I do hope you've enjoyed it and found this useful. If you have done, please do give it a big thumbs up. Please do also let me know down in the comments if you have any other suggestions about how to go about, you know, haggling and basically trying to get discounts and savings on house purchases. I'd love to know. And I'm sure for those who also come across this video would love to hear additional ways that they can go about, you know, negotiating on house prices. So anyways, always thank you for watching and I'll catch you next week. Bye.